Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today I want to go over my character, Pohx Bleed, which is going to be a non-trapper. It's going to be a bow character, one of my first bow characters I've ever made. I made an elemental split crit arrow like fucking 8 years ago or something, don't worry about him. But this character is pretty much going to utilize frenzy charges, poison, and puncture. Or slash bleed, puncture slash bleed. Now the whole way the character works is I actually need to respec these two to just right here. It's going to be a 100% Pierce character utilizing the Pierce support gem and a drill neck to get the extra kind of like increased damage. And by going Assassin, I don't know exactly what I'm doing down here, but for right now we're going into Toxic Delivery because Noxious Strikes allows you to, if you read it, 30% chance on, 30% chance to cause bleeding on hit with attacks, so you have a 30% chance to bleed, 40% chance to poison on hit against bleeding enemies, although targets will always be poisoned by using Snakebite, which we'll go over in a bit. 50% chance to maim on hit against poison enemies, meaning you have a 50% chance anytime you attack to slow. And then 30% increased skill effect duration. Doesn't matter too much, it's just kind of nice, it's just a little bit of extra duration. But the big one comes from Toxic Delivery, which is 20% of physical damage gained as chaos damage against bleeding enemies. So if you have a target bleeding, they take basically 20% more damage to an extent. Poison you inflict with critical strike, and bleeding you inflict on maimed targets deal 100% more damage. So the objective of this character is to use the gloves located right here. Snake bites. Snake bites give you the following. While at maximum frenzy charges, your attacks poison enemies. So you don't need to use a, you do not need to use a, what is it? Poison support gem. There you go. You don't need to use a poison support gem, but ultimately as well, you can Vol Orb gloves to get temp chains on hit or vulnerability on hit. So basically, you can just buy a bunch of snake bites. Don't do that, and you can Vol them so you don't have to manually curse. Don't do that, so that your build becomes a lot stronger. But remember, don't do that because I don't want the price to go up yet. But maybe the build will be shit, and then the price won't go up, and then I can just be happy and play my little character. Right? I'm pretty sure people have done this build already. Pretty sure with Voltaxic people were doing this already. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So that's kind of how the basics work for that. Now, we revolve around 3 skill gems. I don't know what I want to use yet. We've got Frenzy, which has your highest base damage of all of them, and your much higher attack speed than all of them. Then you have Puncture, which I'm using right now in my 6-link. And then you have Split Arrow. The only reason you use Split Arrow over Puncture is because Split Arrow does not require GMP. But it doesn't bleed 100% of the time. The only reason I'm not using Frenzy as my main skill is because Frenzy's mana cost is 10 and Split Arrow and Puncture is like 5 or 6, so it's much more mana. Now, the reason why I like this is because when you play a bow character, which I'm not used to playing, you can have a single target and an AoE because you get 2 5-links. So it's probably going to be Puncture for AoE clear because Puncture has that guaranteed 100% chance to puncture. And with Snakebite, I have a guaranteed 100% chance to poison, which means that when I crit, I have a guaranteed 100% chance to inflict the extra poison. And bleeding you inflict on maimed enemies have 100% more damage. So to apply a maim, I just need to hit 2 times essentially, because you have a 50% chance to maim on targets that are poisoned. So overall, that seems like the best bet. Now, for single target, again, I don't know if I want to go Ambush. Because Ambush is 40% to critical strike multiplier against enemies that are on full life, which seems really good for clearing. Same thing, 100% more critical strike against enemies that are on full life. So that seems really good for just clearing packs. You literally just shoot, and it just, assumingly, crits everything. It just crits everything, and they just die. But on bosses, I'm not going to have as good of chance because since I'm piercing, I'm probably going to hit the boss with my AoE and not my single target, which would mean this is useless for single target. Does that kind of make sense? It's kind of, sort of, in a way, yes, maybe no. And then there's Assassinate, which it's not even, you shouldn't even really be thinking about the 4th point, but in general, hits deal 30% increased damage to targets that are on low life, 100% more critical strike chance against enemies that are on low life. Critical strikes have Culling Strike. This is pretty good, but ultimately I would want Deadly Infusion, I feel. 10% chance to get a power charge on non-critical strike. I was told that the only issue with going into here, oh man, you get 30% crit multi these two, but the only problem with going here is I don't know if I'll be able to sustain my power charges off this. It really depends on my crit rate. And then Deadly Infusion is very good because you get 8% critical strike multiplier per and then you get the base crit. So this is kind of something that's up in the air. I don't really know yet. I don't have to worry about this right now. All I know is that for right now, I'm going Toxic Delivery, and then I'll probably actually get Ambush, and we'll see. So the way the skill tree is going to pan out is, let's bring this up for you guys right here. Let me see, can you guys see this? No, you cannot. So let's click, please no porn, and we're good. All right, so this is my build at 106. All right, this should be a fairly easy to obtain and acquire. It doesn't get too much life at here. This is only 162 life, but it's at 106 points. This doesn't get the Scion life wheel. So, the goal of the character is to start off on Shadow. Let me enable this Dan's Game Resident Slepper Captured Layered Windows. Alright, you start off through Shadow, and you grab your Fizz and Chaos, get Coordination, come up to Trickery, and grab Assassination. Move through Entropy. I don't know what's going to be better. Honestly, this Fizz node might be better. It's very minor regardless. Come in, grab Nullification, grab Sniper, move across. Now, you can come up and grab Growth and Decay to run Blood Rage. I don't know if I want to do that yet. It's a lot of point investment, but the damage it's okay. Still not too sure yet. Although I am going to need Int at some point in time on my build for vulnerability or something, unless I get it on my gloves. And this does give 20 Intel, and this does give 10, so that's kind of like 30 Int. Alright, so we're going to grab our Frenzy, move across. You can grab this whenever you want, just because you can use Frenzy starting from Act 2. Move down. I haven't touched Fatal Toxins yet. I don't know if I want to get it. It is pretty nice. It is pretty nice, but I don't know if it's really worth it. It's 70% increased only poison damage for 2 points, but for 3. But at the same time, this kind of like doubles in a way when you get that multiplier from Assassin, right? Because it says 100% more damage with poison. So we'll see how much value you can grab out of that. I would only grab Acrobatics just when leveling, because you don't really need Phase Acrobatics. Grab your Heartseeker, grab your Frenzy. Come down, grab Herbalism. Now, I decided to come down this way, like this, because I am going to run Grace in my build. And if I decide to run a Hiri's Ire, which is kind of what I'm pushing towards, Evasion actually will not be bad to scale. So I was thinking of grabbing all of Celerity and 2 points into Quickstep, because Celerity ends up giving movement speed plus Evasion. I know nobody ever grabs this shit. The 2 point for Quickstep's not bad. You get attack speed with movement speed. And then if you come up into here, you get 2% movement speed with the chance of it being stunned, and Ballistic Mastery, which is not bad for the dex, the projectile speed, and the projectile damage. And actually, even when I come through here, I'm not going to lie, and grab Aspect of the Eagle. Everyone says it's shit from what I've talked to, but to me it doesn't seem like shit. Movement speed, a little bit of base life, 20% accuracy, fizz damage with bows, so I think I'm actually going to do that and say fuck the haters. Anyway, moving across, you can come down here. I really don't like this pathing. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about it. So I decided to take this pathing route. You could take a different pathing route if you want. Ideally, you would want 1 point into Leech, or you can just use Mono Regeneration. Whether you want to grab this point of Leech, or come in here and be fancy and grab this point in Leech, you can literally do whatever it is that you want to do. Or you could just come through here if you don't want to get the Leech at all and do that. And that gives you an extra intel. So you grab Duelist, Art of the Gladiator, Fury Bolts, come down, Frenzy, Golem's Blood. Master of the Arena is just to get extra regen. It's not really that bad. I think having regen is kind of important if you don't have any leech really. You know, you need some type of sustained mechanic. And we get like 3.6% life regen per second, I think, somewhere. Yeah, 3.6. So that's kind of enough to run Blood Rage if you choose to. You could always alternatively, like I said, spec like 1 point here and here, and this will make up for the lack of Blood Rage. Or you could come up here and grab Growth and Decay. After that, what I would do with the build is I would kind of clip through here, grab Profane Chemistry, potentially grab Reflexes to scale Grace plus Hiri's Ire. This is still kind of debatable. You could also grab Exceptional Performance to scale your poison duration. You got your Resist or your projectile damage into a Jewel. They're both not that bad. Move across, grab your Scion Life Wheel, fill it in, and the build is done. So I think it's pretty cool. Now I will note that by going King of the Hill, you do gain additional knockback against targets that you crit, which does get your Puncture going. Then again, most things are going to be moving at you anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. So let's talk about the links that I've been working around. So right now we've got, let's see, where's our main skill? Puncture. Now these are not the best links to use by any means. It's just kind of what I threw together. I've got Increased Critical Strikes, which I might replace for right now with a slower projectile. We've got Increased Crit, Puncture, GMP, Physical Projectile Attack Damage, Poison Support, and Pierce Support. Again, Poison will be pulled out once I get Snake Bites. I don't have them right now. And my bow, we are using a Death's Opus. Death's Opus is the upgrade of a Death's Harp. The reason why I like this is it's pretty much scaling all crit multiplier, and crit multiplier hits poison and puncture directly. Same thing with kind of like scaling just in general crit or fizz damage. But it also gives 2 additional arrows, which gives you a very nice wide spread. And when you're using your single target, you can still shoot 3 arrows. So that covers our weapon. I don't know how long we're going to use it. We're just going to go as long as we can. I'm using a Meginord. I don't know why. I'm pretending I have a face breakers. We'll see what happens. I've got the tabula just for leveling to see, you know, what links I want to use. And a simple drill neck, which has come quite in handy. And that's pretty much that covers the character. I'm going to go ahead and run you guys through and show you some content really fast. I know normally I do that at the beginning, but this character isn't really anything special, to be honest. It's more centered around hitting like level 70 before it really takes off. So if you guys want to see how OP my character is, we're in City of Sarn Cruel, okay? We haven't hit the Merciless Dried Lake yet. I can't tell you if I am viable. Well, let's see what we got going on here. It's not too bad. I've definitely seen worse builds. You guys like my... What the fuck is my accuracy? 85? Holy shit, is that bad. Alright, boys, let's do it. Deeps time. Give me one-shot white mobs. Oh, yeah. The accuracy is definitely something I need to fix, because my accuracy sucks ass. But, I mean, the mobs are 49. I'm level 45, so there I am under-leveled. And I have no crit rate, even though I'm scaling crit, so that's kind of a problem. Oops, you know I let my frenzy charges fall off? Oh, that's not good. I'm probably going to run Blood Rage just for the sake of running Blood Rage for some extra attack speed, because since I'm not using faster attacks, my attack speed does kind of suck. I'm not going to lie. Oopsies. That was not good. See if I can show you guys a rare or something. Is there like a rare anywhere? Oh, rip frenzy charges. Oh, rare! Nope. Rip, no rare mob. Alright, here's the golem guy in here. Where's Mr. Golem at? Here's a rare. That's not too bad. Like, I don't even know if I had a puncture on. Oh, here's another guy, Mr. Hatefuck. Like, it's really not that bad. It could be way worse. And again, when I get snake bites, I literally remove poison support and get an entire new link. When I get my next ascendancy set, I literally gain double damage when I crit. More than double damage, actually. Rip frenzy charges. You know she's mad already? Down she goes. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's got some potential. I'm kind of excited to play because it's not like your typical bow character, at least from what I know of. Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I know I've been telling people that I'm gonna add some more content to my YouTube, and I think I got some ideas. A lot of people have been asking me to create some starter guides, and I think I'm gonna create starter guides in my own way. So you guys may see a sneak peek video coming up soon. Well, not sneak peek, but a video, maybe like episode 1 of I guess what each class represents. Kind of. I think that would be my introduction video of trying to figure out what class themes you the best. Anyway, hope you guys had a wonderful time. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, if you enjoyed the content, there'll be more tomorrow, or the day after that, or the day after that. So have a good one, everybody. Hope you guys have a wonderful time, and I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Take care.